Hello, good morning. It's Holly Million, the shaman artist, and this is the Spiritual Spa, our weekly location for you to get a spiritual glow up with other people who have similar goals. And there's Tracy out of the gates, Oakland, California, or sorry, Berkeley, California is here. I know you're my neighbor, so I always say Oakland. And there's Layla, and we have Marin County in the room with us. Oh my goodness. And there are people over on Facebook, but I can't see you because of the device and the way it displays. If you're there on Facebook, please make a comment, then I'll know you're there. And there is over on YouTube, we've got Fafi. She's in at the beginning. Oh my God, Fafi. Good. Congratulations. And we're off to a quick start. I have a feeling that folks are here because you can feel the energy revving up. This is the time. Please prepare because the Fire Horse year is about to begin on February 17th. And there's also, you can't make this up, okay, everybody? There is a solar eclipse on the day of the Fire Horse New Year. That is unbelievable. And in addition to all that, good morning, Gloria. Good to have you there. In addition to all that, Tracy says, let's do it. Okay, I love your enthusiasm. I'm with you all the way. It is a bit breathtaking, but we got this. Mary Mendoza, Healing Arts. All right, welcome. Good to have you here. Thank you for joining. In addition to all that goodness, there's also a Saturn-Neptune conjunction at the 0 point of Aries. And this is something that is going to affect everybody on Earth, every single person, and it is massive. And it hasn't happened for at least about 1,000 years. So it's a significant astrological signature. It's going to be a reset of our values. It's going to be a reset of our identities. It's going to be a reset of our sense of ourself and our purpose. It's big. So if you're feeling these shifts happening, you're right on time. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, let me just say, just it's all going to be fine. And I apologize, on Instagram seems to be having some glitches in the reception, but it keeps coming back. So hang in there. You can always join me on Facebook, where I'm holly.million.5, or on YouTube at Holly the Shaman Artist. Yeah, cut out for 10 seconds. It's been doing that. So you may want to try YouTube, Holly the Shaman Artist, or Facebook, holly.million.5. That's why I do 3 platforms in case one of them is feeling a little under the weather that particular day. All right, and there we have Lisa. We have Denver in the house on YouTube. Good to have you. I just gave the overview of the energy weather that we're going through. In fact, that was just a tiny little piece of it. There's so much more, including some very large solar flares that have been hitting the Earth for the last week or so. And in San Ramon, California, which is east of Oakland, where I am, and east of east of San Francisco, they've had earthquake swarms in the past several days where they've had about 75 earthquakes in a day, as big as 4.2 sized earthquake. And I felt one of them here in Oakland, 27 miles away, the big one, 4.2. So very strange things going on. Anybody else out there feeling this energy weather? There's Sandy Lee. Good to see you, Sandy. Welcome. Good to have you back. Stone and Story Shop is here. Good to see you too. Thanks for checking it out. If you're over on Facebook, please make a comment so I'll know you were there. Otherwise, I can't see everyone. I see many more people are there. So anybody else experiencing anything? I bet you are. I would love to hear any comments if you're willing to share. I'm saying all of this just so you know kind of what we're all experiencing, and for you to know that you're part of a bigger process and that this is something that is going to be beneficial, even if it is very intense right now. And it is going to help us all to get through what we're going through right now. And Fafi is saying, I'm having balancing problems. Yeah, that seems like about right. It could be a result of the amount of energy that we're all having to ingest right now. Not a surprise. I've just had a very severe head cold that I had was in bed for a while. So I have to say, I've been feeling the effects of this as well. Gloria is in San Leandro. All right, right south of me over there. And then Meg's Colleen. Good to see you, Meg's. Past 2 weeks have felt really intense energy. Veil feels thin. Big dreams, big emotions, headaches. Yeah, that's right. And then Fafi says yes. Same with head cold. Meg, Fafi, all of you who are sharing, thank you for sharing. And these are symptoms of the ascension process that we're going through. The large cosmological changes that everybody is experiencing and we're living through. And if you're looking at what's going on at the surface level in the political realm or the societal realm, it is not pretty. It's very alarming and disturbing, but I also feel that this too will pass. And it's important not to get too consumed with this. There's Catherine. I saw your little bubble go by. Good to see you. Layla is saying, I've been feeling so exhausted, sleeping 9 to 10 hours and feeling like I could keep sleeping. Yes, you're almost like it's almost like being a teenager again. Remember those days you had to sleep 11 or 12 hours a night because you were growing so much? Well, you're growing again spiritually and energetically. That's what's going. And Sandy's saying crazy dreams and dropping literally everything. Yes, right? Similar to what Fafi was saying about the balance issues, right? So the wobble, it's a wobble. We're in between the old world and the new world. We're in between what's leaving and crumbling and what's coming to be. And people have been asking me, are these people going to be punished for what they're doing, these evil things that have been happening? Are they going to be punished? Will there be justice? I can't stop looking at it. And what I'm saying, and I also I take my own advice. I don't just give advice. I actually do try to do what I say. I'm saying the goal here is to know what's going on, but give it as little of your attention as you can, just enough to know what's going on. And then instead of consuming all that, it's like ultra processed food, that stuff that you're saying. That is so bad for us. Instead, focus on what you are creating to help improve the world. Focus on what you are here to create to improve the world. What are you creating to replace all this negative stuff that we're seeing? If you dedicate most of your energy to that, then you're going to help us shift it. I so apologize to the Instagram folks. It's a little foggy here today, and I always like to think there's some interference from the weather. If it's getting to be a pain in the neck, please jump to Facebook or YouTube. So Fafi, let's see, I've got, oh, and there's Catherine. Hello, and thanks for your shared wisdom. Good to see you, Catherine. Again, thank you for that. This is just the weather report. I know you can learn more about this, but I hope that is helpful. I also want to see if anybody would like to get some intuitive guidance from the deck that we used last week, which is Radley Valentine's Animal Guides deck. It may appear backwards on your screen. This is it. Radley Valentine has done a lot of decks. I really like this one. It's really beautiful, and I love animals too. Anybody else out there like animals? And then Meg's Colleen says, left foot keeps tingling. Yeah, there's going to be some electrical signals changing in your nervous system. Oh, and I'm getting some heart bubbles, so people want the cards, right? Okay, Layla says, yes, please. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to call on here. Let's see. How about Catherine? Are you there? If you make a comment, say yes, because I'm going to ask you to tell me when to stop shuffling the deck. If you're there, say yes. If it takes a while, sometimes there's a lag between things. I know, sorry, Catherine, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Maybe I'll go with, this time with Fafi, since the YouTube comments seem to be coming quickly. Yes, love, wildlife, and cards. Okay, Fafi, you're going to be the one. All right, you ready? Give me a ready or a yes. And I like to have involvement, audience participation, but sometimes the technology is a little bit non-cooperative. Okay, she said ready. All right, I'm going to shuffle real slow. So slow, it's like slow motion. And when you, oh, sorry, Catherine. And I also apologize. should have brought some water. Thank you for your understanding. My throat is sore from the cold. So, Catherine, I'm going to do you next time. I'm so sorry, honey. Fafi, when you feel that the card that's for us is on top, please type yes or stop. And I'm going, okay. Is that an okay that I should stop? I'm going to say yes. Is that it? Yes. Okay, here we go. And, ooh, I like this one. The card is the Queen of Fire, the Persian cat. Can you see that? The Persian cat. I'm probably going to stop and get off camera in a second for some water, but Queen of Fire, talented, brilliant, independent, charming. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have special priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. Okay, yeah, Catherine, you'll be next time. Okay, this was a good one. This was a good one, and I feel that it speaks to creativity, and it speaks to our confidence, and it speaks to the new energies that are coming in, and it speaks to your power of your unique expression and what you're here to share with us and this new world that we're creating. So if this card especially speaks to you, then please, please let me know. Oh, Fafi says, I love that. Does this speak to anybody else? Yes, fire and hearts from Catherine. Okay, I've never done this before. I'm going to step off camera because my throat has gotten so dry I can't speak. 1 second. Okay, you guys are the best, okay? Thank you very much. This is going to be much better for everybody concerned. Okay, and Fafi says it definitely speaks to me. Okay, I'm glad. We'll take guidance for wherever we can receive it. Catherine says, Cat is also one to speak to me. All right. This is a little rough today because of this, the results of the cold. Oh, that's much better. Thank you. It speaks to me too, says Fafi. And Tracy says it definitely speaks to me. All right. And Tracy says it's the year of the fire horse. Perfect. So much fire in that particular card. Now we're going to do a little preparation, shall we? Because before we, oh, and Layla says totally speaks to me too. And hot water, sip on that. Yes, I will get some hot water as soon as possible. Now that we have a little bit of a read on where we're at, let's do a little bit of clearing, because to enter into the new year of the fire horse, we have to complete the work of the year of the snake that we're in right now. And that means any final shedding, final releasing. You may feel like, oh my God, I've released everything. Is there anything left? Am I just a skin at this point? Is there anything in there? Yes, there's always more. And that's because of how much is being released on the collective level. And also, if you're watching the news a lot, you're ingesting, again, that stuff. So we need to clean. And Meg is saying, yes, clearing, final shed. Yes, with a little tongue hanging out emoji. I like that. That's how I feel right now as well. Gloria's over here on Instagram. Good to see you, Gloria. Try them all. So to do the clearing, I'm going to invite you all now to get as comfortable as possible in a reclining position if you can. So when you're in a reclining position, there's an automatic autonomous nervous system response that's called the relaxation response. And it is exactly what it says. It means that your nervous system and your muscles automatically relax. And so that puts you into a much more receptive frame of mind, and that'll help you to do the clearing. So if you're able to lie down, I invite you to do that now. If you don't have a bed or a couch nearby, you can always recline in a nice, comfortable chair. Or you can do what I do is sit upright with your hands on your knees, slightly apart, and then you make a nice tripod for yourself. And we take a nice deep breath. Feels so good to not be coughing now, and my throat is lubricated again. Whew. And when I have been sleeping these last nights, I'm sure you have many stories to tell as well. I have been having the most incredible, detailed, real dreams, going places, talking to people with real names, having entire conversations, hearing them speak Italian, handing them my business card, having entire conversations. It's really quite extraordinary. So if you've been having any interesting dreams, it'd be great at the end if you want to share any of those, but it's a sign of the energies and how powerful they are. So know that these powerful energies are doing the main work, and you just have to allow. It's that wonderful phrase to get out of your own way. If you can get out of your own way, then the forces of nature and the natural powers that are inside of you know what to do. I learned a long time ago that the psyche knows the way. Your psyche knows what to do. It knows what's needed, and sometimes relaxing is all that's required. And as I'm coming into the center with all of you, as we're uniting our fields, I see beautiful gold green light. And it's a sign of how much work all of us have done individually and together to get to this moment. There's a lot of clarity in the center. This will only increase. And I'm also already hearing tones in my right ear, which means that we're already being helped. I can also see the ring of darker energy around us that's going to be cleared. And someone sent me a request saying that what they need some help with right now is a clearing of anything that's blocking their creative expression, their ability to manifest their creative projects, and those sorts of things, any blockages that need to be dissolved. And I think that's true for all of us at this time. I think that's very timely to ask for because we are being called to create now. We're being called to create the new world. We're being called to create and bring forward our own personal gifts. So anything blocking must go now. So I'm going to do some work on that in just a moment. But first, take a nice deep breath. I can feel everybody's energy is synced. And release. I now call on the beloved divine source of all that is, the Holy Spirit, the great mystery, divine light, divine guidance, divine grace, the ultimate mystery, unitary truth, universal consciousness, the one. I ask for a blessing on this work that we're all doing together for our own benefit, but for the benefit of all connected to us and the collective. I ask for the best possible result for everyone who is involved in any way watching this process or participating. I also am calling on Divine Mother and Father in all their glorious, blessed forms, and I ask them for blessing, protection, guidance, and grace as we go through this process together. And I see the most glorious gold sparkling light as they come in. And I just heard the tones in my left ear come online, which are the angelic tones. I call upon the angels and archangels, the ascended masters and saints. I call upon my own guides. I ask my guides to work with the guides of everyone who's here participating. It's beautiful for the best possible outcome according to their own free will. Amen. I also call on the divine star beings who are helping us on earth at this time as we go through our own ascension process to successfully traverse this threshold from the old primitive ways of negativity, dominance, control to a new way of unity, expression, creativity, and flourishing. I also am calling on my mother and father and all my ancestors who have gone before me. I call on my power animals, the crystal people, the plant people, all of the helping spirits, and also all of my guardian spirits. I ask all to come together for the group. As I'm doing this, I also see density in the field increasing because they're pulling it together to flow it outwards. And so we also ask Archangel Michael to please bring down the tunnel of light to receive anything that we choose to release that's not serving us in any way and should not come forward with us. And the tunnel is here. But first, before we begin clearing, I also am inviting you to please call in your own allies. You can call in deities, divinities, you can call in ancestors, you can call in the spirit of living people, beloved pets, animals you love, anything else you value and hold dear. And I can feel this growing presence and a positive force of power as we call in the power that will serve this purpose that we are here to do. It's so beautiful. Wow. And I do see a lot of violet light in the center and gold light, which will replace that which we're clearing. And I can see it's going to clear fairly quickly because we've done the work. As you do the work, there's less and less that's embedded deeply in you. It becomes a surface thing, like wiping a fingerprints off of a door handle, not embedded, just on the surface. And so now I'm going to ask for assistance from our allies as we clear all old blockages, all old blocks to our being our full self here in this physical dimension. We release these blocks, whether they be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, or anything else. We send them from all parts of our field in all dimensions of time and space, throughout the whole of fractal universe, throughout the entelechy, through all layers of our being, from this body or any other body, from this mind or any other mind, from this timeline or any other timeline, from this dimension or any other dimension. We release all blocks, obstructions, barricades, heaviness, stuckness, stagnation, anything that is thick, dense, unmoving, obstructed, plugging. Oh, yeah, it wants to go. We ask for a flushing of all this heaviness, and I'm watching it almost like when you open a drain and finally the water goes down and that was blocked and now it's flowing again, and they're sending all of the blockages out into the light, into the tunnel of light. And it feels like somebody opened a window in here and there's fresh air, and it is like the curtains are gently blowing, and this light has been able to come into the space, filling the space, this beautiful light, like the first light of the sun rising in the morning, rosy and beautiful and warm. And there's a sweetness now in this place, and I hear the tones in both ears, and they are rejoicing that we're removing all these things. It's like when the boulder is rolled away, when Jesus is resurrected, they roll the boulder away from the mouth of the cave, and he is there. He is risen. It's like a rebirth. And now this is flowing through us. And I'm watching as there's a column of light returning into our collective field, because when all is said and done, as we remove all that appears to be an obstruction, there's nothing there. It's always our connection to the source, to ourself, to our higher self. It was always there. We just lost contact. And now I'm watching as Archangel Azrael has come in with the dark purple ray of clearing as well. And this means the things at a deeper layer that were hidden, karmic things, ancestral things, things from other lifetimes, collective things, anything that's bigger than ourselves that doesn't serve is now going to be cleared. I invite you to take a deep breath. This is the big stuff. You're up for this, and we've done it all this time. And now we're at the very tail end of the snake, and it's time to release the last point. And we don't have to try hard. We just have to breathe and exhale. And we're going to release all the layers that are not us. Karmic debts. May all karmic debts be paid. May all karmic debts be forgiven. May all karmic debts be removed. May all karmic debts be revoked. May all karmic debts be transformed into the light. May all the debts leave our shoulders, our backs, our heads weighing on us. May they all be lifted off, and may they enter into light to be redeemed in the light. And I'm watching this all happen in the most miraculous way. And it's always such an awesome thing to see as the light is shifting and they're moving all of this energy and dissolving it. You're doing great, everybody. You're doing so, so great. One deep breath. And we're going to take one more breath in, one more breath out, and we release all swarm, spawn, seeds, offspring, insects, matrices, veils, implants, devices, cords, attachments, strings, wires, cages, traps, all projected thought forms, all negative mental energy, all propaganda, all mind control, all Watiko forces, all collective hysteria, all collective mind control, all addictive patterns. Wow, it's a lot of stuff. I just run through this list always when I work with clients or my apprentices and we're doing clearing. I run through a whole long list, and this is what they said. Just go down the list and just clear it out. It's like a wholesale, whole house deep cleansing right now. Like if you have ever had a cleaning service come and they deep clean, it's the most amazing thing. They get down to the things you would never think of, all of the cracks and crevices, all of the little things, and they're scrubbing and they're releasing. And wow, I see a lot of mental stuff going as well. They're sending that out. And now they're saying to me that the time has come for you to do your part. And if there is something that you feel specifically is yours to clear, then please now say it aloud if you're comfortable. I release this and name it and visualize it going into the tunnel of light. Oh, wow. Very big stuff. This is it. Go for it. Don't hold back. Allow it to be taken away. There's nothing that you need to hold on to. If anything from the past comes up in the next few days and you remember something, just know that it's coming up to be released. It's not a failing in any way. It's the process. It comes to the surface, you see it, you know it, you let it go. And I'm watching them clear, and the density is going out. Any toxic energies, any detrimental energies, any environmental toxins, any electromagnetic toxins, any subtle energy toxins, we send them out of everyone's field on every level. I call the gold ray into the space to fill the vacancy and fill it out. I ask that everybody's field become full, harmonious, uplifted, clear, balanced, stable, grounded, coherent, and whole. And I ask if there's anything else that comes up for release, that the allies automatically release it today and in upcoming days until it is gone. And there it is. Oh my goodness. Wow. And if you still have some things that you are needing to clear, just know that you can continue the process at home. I always advise that. To make this a practice. If this, something else speaks to you, good morning, Crystal Arts or Earth Star. Good to see you. If there's another practice that speaks to you more, by all means, do that. Do that practice. It's important to just have a spiritual practice. And this one is the one that I do. And I am going to take us through the next steps of this now, and we're going to complete the process. Today, I'm not going to do the guided journey because I haven't been feeling well and I don't feel like I have the proper energy to do it well. But I have some announcements at the end of the session, so please stay around, and I think you'll be very excited to hear what I'm going to share. But let me do this process correctly. We're going to do a quick vow break now, and we haven't done that in a while. This is where you use your voice to clear all vows, contracts, and agreements that you may have made in this life or any other life that's not serving you, that you wish to be free of. And I'll model it for you, and you'll have a chance to say some of your own. I break my vow with all the old habits, patterns, fears, mental constructs, and physical blockages that have been preventing me from expressing all my gifts, from shining my light, or creating the things I came to create. I release them now. I break my vow with all hesitation at showing my true self in the world. I know this is the medicine the world needs now. I break my vow with all worries and anxieties about what's happening in the human realm because I know that I am helping bring the solutions and the positive direction. So, those are the ones that came to me instantly, and I'm going to ask you now to say your own. And if you can say it out loud, it's even more powerful. Beautiful gold light. As it comes in, it disperses all the density and all the energy from the vow breaks I send into the light to be transformed and redeemed into their highest possible form. Beautiful gold light is flowing into the field and taking center stage. It's expanding from the center outward so that you have expansion in your field. And breathe and let go of anything else related to your vow breaks. And if you have more to say, keep going. That's all good. I'm going to continue the process, and just a few minutes we'll do this properly. And then I have a few announcements if you'll please stay. First of all, I am going to ask Archangel Michael to please take away the tunnel of light, and with it, everything it contains, no longer to return. And so it is. Thank you, Archangel Michael. I also ask Michael to please place a strong triple grid of protective energy around each person here or watching every person who is participating in any form. I ask also for a triple grid of protective energy around all that they hold dear, their home, their loved ones, their workplace, their creations, and all else that they love and wish to be protected. Thank you. So it is. I see light all around everything that I've named. And now I cut cords between myself and each person participating. I cut cords between each person participating and each other. I thank our beautiful allies for this remarkable experience today. It was so healing and rejuvenating and clarifying. We are so grateful. And with that, I now dissolve this circle until we meet again in the name of Goddess and of the God and of the Divine Spirit. Amen. Ah, wow, what a breath of air. I could see it in the field, all of you releasing and the energies being transformed, and it feels so much better. I hope that you feel better too. I just want to say a few announcements, some important things. So, my name is Holly Million, the Shaman Artist. If you're just tuning in, if you're on YouTube, please do subscribe to my channel, Holly the Shaman Artist, over on YouTube. On Instagram, it's holly.million. On Facebook, holly.million.5. My website is hollytheshamanartist.com. Please sign up for my emails. I want to let you know that this is the year that I have gone full time doing this work. I love my work and I love doing these live clearings. And I've decided to do 2 a week. I used to do these. Good, Benmio. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear you're feeling better. I'm going to do these as I once did on Wednesday evenings. I think it's Wednesday. It might be Tuesday. I'm going to send a poll out. If you prefer Tuesday or Wednesday, let me know. but I'm going to do an evening. It would be around 5 or 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So it would be 8:30 Eastern, and everything in between, and the Saturday. And they will probably start off similar to each other, but I'm thinking that one, possibly the evening one, will be a guided shamanic journey primarily, and this one will be primarily a clearing, but with sometimes with some journeying. So I'll send out a poll. I appreciate your participation to help me make some decisions, but I'm excited to do this. I also am accepting new clients if you're interested in exploring a one-on-one session with me. And I'm also accepting new apprentices if you're interested in developing your own shamanic toolkit for navigating these times that we're in. If you want to know more, you can message me, you can email me, and I do a free 15-minute intake call, but I'm happy to take as long as it takes to answer your questions. This was a great clearing today. I just want to thank you all. Crystal Earthstar, thank you. Sandy Lee, wow, my head was tingling the entire time. My mouth wouldn't stop watering. Okay, I hope that's a good thing. Ben Mio, happy birthday, happy belated birthday. And thank you for the kind wishes for me to feel better. The message is to keep creating what you came here to create, to help replace the stuff that we're witnessing leaving this dimension. You came here to help, as did all of us. And thank you for coming today. Sandy, constant gold color, sat pretty still for me, but it was constant. Gloria, thank you for this. You are so welcome. Tracy, that was so powerful. Meg Colleen, thank you. Lisa, thank you. I'm so glad to hear all this feedback. I love doing this, and that's why I'm going to do 2 times a week. Look for the poll. Please tag your friends. Let them know that you like this and this is something worthwhile. I appreciate everybody that's been doing that. And if you really appreciate it, if you want to support this, you can make a donation by Venmo. My Venmo is on my Facebook post. It's not required, of course, but it is appreciated. Anything to support the work. And I'm grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you, Ben Mio. I appreciate that. I will get well soon, I promise. And there's Layla, switch team. She's over there on Facebook. Please feel better soon. Thank you, everybody. I'm so grateful. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Bye-bye.